Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another Missouri Welding Institute Monday. You know, it's the first week of December. That water temperature here in the Ozarks is finally getting down around 50 degrees, and it's prime time to catch a bunch of fish on a mid-running crankbait. One of my favorites is the old school wiggle wart. I've got quite a collection of the old pre-wrap wiggle warts, as well as a smaller box full of new wiggle warts and other similar baits. So hang with me here. I want to zoom in on a few baits here and go over different rods, reels, lines, hooks, and other technical aspects of this bait that I think will help you guys catch more fish. So whenever we start talking about cold water crankbaiting, one of the first things I do and one of the most crucial aspects of this is changing out your hooks. So for the sake of this video, I got to show you guys what came on an original wiggle wart back in the day. And that's probably a size 5 short shank eagle claw, if I had to guess. There's no telling how many fish that caught back in the day. Here's what comes on a new one, probably a size 4 short shank, kind of a bigger hook for my liking. So I like to switch out to a size 5 short shank Gamakatsu G Finesse. As you can see, it's a light wire hook, got the nano coating, little bitty barb on it. I think that little barb is crucial during the colder months due to the fact that the fish's mouth is as hard as it's going to get all year, and you're generally fishing on lighter line, 8, 10, 12 pound line. And that's what really works for me. That's the best hook I've found so far. There's nothing wrong with a round bend Gamakatsu like this. I actually loaned this bait out to a buddy last fall, and he gave it back to me with the size 5 on the back, size 4 on the front. The size 4 on the front, in my opinion, is a little bit big because the hooks will tangle. So I like a size 5 if I'm going to go with a round bend, just to kind of keep it from tangling. What he did to really drive me nuts was he took the snap off and put a split ring on there. I really like a snap on the front, and I really like giving him crap about, you know, baits and all that. So there's my stab at him for the day. Whenever we start talking about line, this is where my opinion really differs from most people here in the Ozarks. Most people reach for a 10, 12 pound fluorocarbon, whereas I like just a good old monofilament. I actually don't like 15. I like 8, 10, maybe 12 in the spring when I'm trying to keep the bait up shallower. But especially right now, I like 8 and 10 to keep that bait down deeper. And that's what really works for me. You know, if you're fishing a wiggle wart correctly, that bait's going to be rooting around in the rocks. We got a lot of really rocky lakes here in the Ozarks, and you know, getting an abrasion in your line's inevitable, and that monofilament can withstand that. Now, monofilament does have a little bit of stretch in it, so I like to offset that by using a little stiffer rod than what most people like on a crankbait. I like a 7'2" medium heavy with a good parabolic action to it to kind of offset that stretch. I can still feel that bait, you know, wiggling in cold water, so whenever that cold water bass bites and the bait stops wobbling, I can feel it and, you know, catch the fish. So whenever we start talking about rods and reels, I do like a slower speed reel, like a 5.3 to 1's generally what I use. I like to kind of stay away from the 6.3 to 1, 7.3 to 1's, those higher speeds. If I could find a 4.7 speed reel, I would still be using that probably today. But you know, that's the setup that really works for me, from the little size 5 G Finesse Gamakatsu hook to the monofilament line, the stiffer rod, and then the slower reel. So like I said, that's what works for me, and I hope it'll help you guys out as well. So like I said, that's what works for me. It's one of my favorite ways to catch a fish in the winter months, from right now all the way through April here in the Ozarks. It's a really good way to catch a lot of fish and really big fish. So hope this helps you guys out. I do want to give you guys a heads up. January 30th and 31st, Missouri Welding Institute is holding their annual welding competition. So if you're a senior in high school and you're looking forward to a career in welding, go over to MissouriWeldingInstitute.com, get signed up for the competition. It's a $1,000 scholarship just for showing up and competing. And hey, if you win, it's a full tuition, as well as a $225 Lincoln portable welding machine. So it's a great fun event. I look forward to it every year, and I hope to see you guys there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.